So the last program idea I have for you is something that's maybe a little more older kid geared, or teen, even adults are welcome to this one. Of course, for all my librarian friends out there, you know we have to represent Hamilton this year. It's Libraries Rock, and Hamilton is such a big passion across the nation right now, so I knew I had to bring that in. I knew I wanted to bring it in because I'm personally a huge fan. Now, the thing to remember about Hamilton is if you do open this program up to all ages, which, you know, there are a lot of younger kids that like Hamilton too, just make sure that you include a parental warning because there is some language. And so the first one that I have here is my Hamilton art. And this was, this is actually Miss Chris. So I ended up taking a picture of her and then just loading it onto a computer and printing it out. So here's my base picture. I cut it out. I made sure to cut out a few like negative spaces too, so that when I did trace it on my black paper using a white colored pencil, I could cut those out, and then it really looks like an old-fashioned silhouette that way. And then the star shape, you can literally just make a star template, scrapbooking paper, construction paper, whatever you want to do, have them choose the background that they'd like to use. I chose yellow to go with, you know, the logo, but and they could trace it out and cut it themselves, glue on their picture of themselves. In the picture itself, you could do it during the program. You could have a volunteer that's handling that and getting them printed out, or if when they register, if you want to say, let me take your picture so that it's for the art-themed program, you could do that too. But then I just filled it in with a bunch of lyrics and words that reminded me of the musical, kind of like word art. It seemed to fit with the theme, and I even drew like a microphone in there and the Hamilton Star and stuff. So this is a lot of fun to do. What would Hamilton do at a program? And he was a writer. He wrote a lot. We know that about him. He wrote his way out. Well, let's make our own quills. These are just fake feathers. They're really cheap, really dinky. But online you can find there's a little way to use an X-Acto knife to cut it so it acts like a quill. And then this ink here, or you do not need a lot of ink, so one bottle will be probably more than enough. And then, so what I did with this is I actually printed a base template. And so the base template has the city, the date, and the line, Dear Mr. and Mrs. President, as well as how we have to end all Hamilton correspondence. I have the honor to be your obedient servant, comma, blank space, and then Alexander Hamilton's signature, and then the rest is what they fill in. So the idea for the kids or teens or grown-ups is that they express something that they'd like to see socially changed, and then I signed it M. Stoyer. So that's my idea for Hamilton. You could even put the calligraphy letters up, and then people can, you know, try to copy and make it look very fancy because writing was an important part of life back then. And they do make calligraphy pens too, if you'd rather use this rather than the ink. It might be a little pricey though, that's why I went with the quill. And it did give me the feeling that I was Alexander Hamilton, so I hope you have fun with this.